Welcome back, everyone, to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 17, Episode 2 of Tainted Grail, where we are playing from the Red Death expansion. Last round, we were exploring the hidden inner city of in the northern port cutlass of Kenlan. I was worried that the down city was going to start to activate here, but it looks like we're going to miss the down city with the procession of the Dance Macabre. So where we are now is we're going to move that to 422, and then 450 we've got the Withering Plantation. These two cards look kind of cool together. I'm going to zoom in on these for you. Look at this. So you've got let me zoom in like this so you can see the detail here. So you have the Withering Plantation going into the Waterfleet docks. So we land right here. Let's jump into 450, the Withering Plantation. We're doing Chapter 4, Part 2. So we're in the Withering Plantation. Okay, it says, large plantations stretch as far as the eye can see. Tall Fomorians wielding lashes and clubs oversee hunched fearblogs who try to cultivate withering plants. However, not all crops fail to grow. Small patches of land are covered with lush peas and beets. The sea, visible in the distance, is red from algae. Several cages float on the water, each of them containing a fearblug with a swollen body, and red blisters and cysts that grow over the fragments of their soul. The Red Death. No wonder why they're kept away from the others. So we can examine the crops. It says, go to verse 2. If you're Arv, go to verse 8. Otherwise, you discover the crops are fare poorly because of decisions made by the Fomorian masters, and the fearblogs, or bulgs, the fearbulgs, just follow their orders. Fomorians try to grow plants in the sand and even attempt to cultivate sea algae in freshwater puddles. It's not strange that the results aren't impressive. They clearly know little about working the land. On the other hand, the small patches of land near the slave hovels are tended to by fearbulgs. They use fertile soil, crafty forms of irrigation, and above all, proper plants that don't seem to want the help of the Fomorians. Teach the Fomorians about agriculture. At first, the Fomorians aren't interested in listening to you. They also ignore the fact that the forblogs crops are better than theirs, and they explain that the food isn't suitable for them. You can't argue with this, but insist that they should try using soil instead of sand. They're suspicious why humans want to give them advice, but you tell them they'll build experimental plantation later. So we gain the Fomorians Part 3 status. Fomorians Part 3 status. Fomorians Part 3 status. Okay. Then we go back to the beginning location. Okay, so we checked out the plot. Speak about the fearblogs. Return to Canlin. Observe the fearblogs in the cages. Fearblogs sleep in cages rocked by the water. You wonder if they serve some purpose or simply wait there for death. Suddenly a Fomorian emerges near one of the pens and cuts one of the red blisters. A thick purple liquid flows out. The Fomorian gathers it into a vial and dives back into the sea. You wonder if they're working on a cure or something. Ask about the diseased fearblogs. One of the Fomorian scholars is busy taking notes. The disease is fascinating, but doesn't affect aquatic creatures. It's highly contagious, and we won't have found a cure yet. After all these years, it's probably the work of the Avalonians, the engineer says, ignoring your surprised sigh. But the interesting part is not that what it can do, but what it can't. You see, the Red Death alone cannot be blamed for what you see in Kenlan. The things we fight in the city are something entirely else. A more fundamental flaw in reality that affects humans but not us must have appeared. I guess this is what you get if you have lesser, younger races to roam free on Avalon. Go back to the start and try another solution. We can speak, observe the fear blog in the cage. We did that. Ask about the, no, we don't have chapter 5. Chapter 5. We can leave. Exploration ends. Okay, so why don't we then march up to the Waterfleet docks, just to check that out. We'll go to the Waterfleet docks, and we'll take a food off of our supply here. And we'll go to Waterfleet docks. So in the Waterfleet docks, next turn, and again, we're going to move this down to 420 now, as it's going down the city. Large glass tunnels lead under the water, unraveling a new world, a wonderful turquoise scenery of colorful fish and swaying kelp that grows darker and deeper as the tunnels go. In the depths, only several bright blue stones illuminate the crushing blackness, letting you see a huge dark shape. Something moves on the other side of the glass. Fearbolgs and a few Fomorians walk through the labyrinth of translucent corridors without fear. You ask them for directions to several nearby points of interest. We can go to the docks. The tunnels leading to the docks gradually ascend until they reach a watery surface. Large black iron galleys and other ships anchor there, swaying slowly in the waves. Dozens of fearbolgs bustle around the riggings and decking, all doing the work of the Fomorians beneath them. The Fomorians work too, but on more complicated tasks. They oversee the construction of new vessels, inspect ships, and prepare odd weaponry. Let's speak with the quartermaster. If we have Fomorians Part 1 status, go to verse 1. We don't have Fomorians Part 1, right? Fomorians Part 3 and 4. So you compare the Fomorian ships with the vessel that carried you to Camlan. They're much larger, and all of them have ballistae and other weapons that you wouldn't even know how to operate. Iron naval rams shine in the sunlight, each of them as large as a horse. You hope you never meet these vessels as adversaries. Go to verse 3. Speak with the quartermaster. The Fomorian at the helm with red plumes greets you with an unbroken language. He asks you to be quick, as he doesn't like humans mucking about. Ask if there is some work for you here. Buy something. Ask about the fleet. Ask him if there's some work you have here. I want not your work, human spawn. You know nothing, unless you want to tell the secrets for your four-armed masters, the Avalonians. The Fomorians seem to have a reason. And Avalonians, does a quartermaster take you for four-dweller subjects? Tell him everything you know about the Fomorians. Go to verse 15. Tell the quartermaster everything you know about the weirdness, the four-dwellers, menhirs, Avalon's winter, its northern and eastern coasts. During the conversation, you learned that the Fomorians and four-dwellers had been fighting since they can't remember. The former belonged to the first intelligent creatures on the face of this world, and that Avalon belongs to them by birthright. Fomorian ships are equipped with weapons capable of dispersing weirdness for a short time, and the quartermasters wonder if they can make use of menhirs. If they manage to steal one, that is. What is strange to you is the quartermaster seems to constantly mistake humans for four-dweller slaves or subjects. Gain the Part 6 status. Fomorians Part 6. And then go back to the beginning location again. Ask about the fleet. You get a short answer: to raise Avalon, defend its dwellers. Buy something. The quartermaster asks you, do you want to buy something? Buy relics of Camlan. Pay wealth 10. We don't have wealth 10. Okay, so that's that. Let's go back to... we don't have Fomorians that. So I guess we can let the exploration end. It says go back. If we leave, exploration ends, and that's going to end the exploration. So maybe we're just going to go back to the Withering Plantation in the next round. We will see you guys in the next round. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in episode number 3. Bye-bye.